Are you someone out there who wants to start embracing a more healthier, vibrant, energetic version of yourself? Well, tune into this video because I'm going to be giving you guys 5 life-changing benefits from drinking less alcohol. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jamie Dottie Garza, and it's time to ignite your sobriety. And today I want to talk about something we don't often discuss, but we always talk about not having enough energy, or we always talk about feeling sluggish, or we always talk about if we had more time, we would do this. And in this video, I want to uncover 5 life-changing benefits that can help you achieve some of those. I recently got inspired on this topic as I was connecting with an old friend who I haven't seen in a while. We were catching up and I told him I was 2 years sober, and he was in shock. I haven't talked to him in a while because if anyone knows, and if you've been following the channel, if you don't know, I'll tell you, I was someone who was addicted to alcohol for over 14 years of my life. And I was a heavy drinker. I used to be prideful in how much I can drink. He had some questions. He was curious, I guess maybe sober curious, because he wanted to cut down on his drinking. And I was just telling him some of the benefits I've been having over these past 2 years. And the first benefit is a stronger immune system. No longer am I getting the kids' cooties from schools as frequent, or I'm catching every virus or every infection under the sun. I've noticed this 360 in my life, when I was drinking alcohol to when I wasn't. My wife used to joke on me. She used to tell me like, dang, you always getting sick, always getting sick. And I didn't understand it because your boy was clean. I always kept the hand sanitizer on me. I was always conscious of, washing my hands, and I had pretty good eating habits at the time, but I just couldn't understand. I was working out, but the common denominator was drinking, and in my case, over drinking. And it hasn't been since the 2 years that I maybe get sick once a year. It's like the carnival. The carnival comes once a year. That's exactly how my immune system is. Let's also talk about skyrocketing your productivity. Imagine this, right? One evening, Friday evening, instead of going to the bar and turning up and hitting a bottle, you decide to use that time to hit your goals instead, to get one step closer to what you really want to accomplish. Now, as someone who's an entrepreneur, I feel this because for the longest, and this is where I shake my head often, you know how much time I could have saved actually going further and hitting my goals earlier as opposed to waiting? Because what happens when you drink, you're going to get a dopamine hit, and that dopamine hit is going to make you feel like you accomplished something. Because if you were someone like me, I tended to babble. Now I speak with importance and when it's needed, but I would talk about all these ideas I had and what's going to happen. And eventually, I would talk to my friends, be like, yeah, man, that sounds good. And I felt like I completed the task and didn't put no work behind it. My productivity has been skyrocketed over the past 2 years and quitting alcohol completely. In fact, I'm able to work out more. I'm able to be disciplined on a regimen. I'm able to have energy to do a Lego set with my son before we go to bed. I'm not burnt out and tired. And all this is attributed to remaining alcohol free. I would not be able to perform at a leadership level, being class president. I was recently voted class president in my leadership class. I would not be able to perform at this high level of speaking, creating content, or being a community leader in my community if I was still on alcohol. But the feeling you get from being one step closer and actually putting the action in to a goal, it's the best feeling in the world. And I guarantee you, if you're someone out there drinking a lot or going to the bars and wasting time and energy out there, if you take even 4 hours from that, you'll be surprised at how productive you can be for things that are meaningful in your life. Let's talk about healthier coping mechanisms, because let's be honest, life always gives us a curveball. Life always gets tough. Oh, I've had a day. Anyone want to go get a drink? I literally saw this post on Facebook from a friend of mine last Friday. And looking back at it, it sounds like, yeah, the normal thing to do because our society has normalized that. Yes, it has. But in hindsight and reflecting back of what I know now, why are we giving alcohol so much power to lift us up? It's an illusion, in my opinion. It's an illusion that for a temporary fix that's fast. And everybody knows that just like those fad diets, the fast diets to lose weight 10 pounds in 10 days, you're going to get that back within the next 10 days after. It's fast. Fast money is going to leave quicker because it's not sustainable. It's going to leave fast. Everything you get fast, it's almost like the microwave effects, right? You're waiting for microwave results as opposed to waiting to cook the whole thing. Fast food, think about it. It's not as healthy. It's fast, convenient, boom, as opposed to the home cooked meal. That's how we got to think about our coping mechanisms. Now, I suffered from this big time for almost half of my life because I didn't have proper coping mechanisms and didn't want to attack my issues head on. I was numbing it with a Band-Aid. And while it felt good at the time, temporarily, I would eventually sober up. And when you sober up, you're back to square one. You might be even negative square one because you set yourself back until you get another bottle or you get another drink, and then you can balance it out. But if you do this over time like I did, you become delusional, your clarity is thrown off, your brain's foggy, and you just can't control your emotions as much as opposed to if you were just sober. That's the hard truth, and I'm living this truth. I'm a testament of this truth because I too was there. Look what sobriety can do. Now this is my favorite, more authentic fun. I'm able to be free. I'm my own version. No longer do I have to feel like alcohol. I need alcohol to be fun. And I proved this especially. I was out on the dance floor that night. I was getting it. I was doing my line dances, doing the wobble wobble, shake it, yeah, yeah. Get in there, yeah, yeah. I was having a great time, laughing, celebrating, photobombing people's photos. It was all fun. And guess what? I wasn't drunk. I was still cracking jokes. No drinks. And your boy was only sipping ginger ale. And what I love about this, it just confirms that I don't need alcohol, or I never needed alcohol to be funny, or I never needed alcohol to feel good and be loved and have fun. And here's the bonus with that. Get this. No hangover. And last but not least is rebuilding your self-image. I did a Facebook Live / podcast on my Facebook on my birthday on April 17th when I turned 35. And I said that God has given me the best rebrand of my life. Because the truth of the matter is, every day without alcohol just uncovers more of the true, loving, and vibrant human that He created me to be. And when you do that, you get to the core of more of the real you. If you're someone who's always been positive, just imagine what you do when you take alcohol out of it and how much more positive you can be. That was my life. People always say I was positive, but I was facing so many internal negativities inside of me that the full 100% positivity wasn't radiant, and it felt almost fake. But now everything feels 100% real. Your self-image is who you look to each and every day in the mirror. If you're someone like me, all right, I got little ones. They're looking up to daddy, setting the example. I want to be a great example for them to look up to. When I show up with content like this, I'm showing up for you guys because I want to be a great example for who may be in similar shoes or who may need to hear this to get to where they're destined to be. It's all about rediscovering your strengths, rediscovering your gifts and unlocking those gifts, and rediscovering who you really are without any delusion from alcohol. And if you're someone out there who's struggling, it's okay. We've all been there. I've been there. There's a lot of people in the comments who've been there or who might be there right now. But I have the faith that when you endure this, you will overcome. And if you need more help on these subjects, feel free to browse this channel. I have a lot of resources and a lot of videos to help you ignite your sobriety.